And guys, do you remember how happy South Africans were when the whole Zondo Commission thing was happening, man? Do you remember the comrades going live on national television, man? Each and every day, these people were exposing each other, man, from Eskom to Transnet, man, to Bosasa. These people, man, were exposing each other each and every day, man. Do you remember Agrizi? Agrizi, man, would even tell us about the color of the mat of the house of Nomvula Mkwenyane, man. This man will tell you about the designs of that house, will tell you about the ceilings and where the house is situated, man. And what I loved about Angela Agrizi, man, the guy would tell you that, man, I'm not innocent in all of these, but this is what we used to do for the comrades, man. We upgraded these people's homes, we upgraded their security systems. Their children are all overseas, attending schools in overseas, man, and we are doing that as Bosasa, man. Do you remember how happy people were, thinking that something it is actually going to happen? Thinking that right now, South Africa, we are about to witness accountability, man. We are about to witness the comrades being dragged to court. We are about to witness the comrades being thrown to jail for what they have done to South Africa. Looking back at it, man, the whole thing was nothing but a big joke, a big, expensive joke. Today, as we speak, we don't have a single comrade behind bars because of Zondo Commission. All of the people that were implicated in Zondo Commission, their lives are still running as usual, man. Most of these people, they're still in government. They're still enjoying the benefits of working for government, despite them being accused of all sorts of crimes live on national television. These people, they're still in government. Most of these people, man, they're still working for the government. This was nothing but a big joke. And to think about it, man, the comrades were actually laughing at us while South Africans were happy, man. South Africans were happy that, okay, something is going to be done. South Africans actually were optimistic about the future of this country. The comrades were laughing at us. They knew that nothing was going to be happening. The ANC knew that, man, we are not going to do anything, man. These people, they can expose each other all they want. We are not going to take our own comrades to jail. These people, they were laughing at the country, while the people actually had hope that something was going to happen with the country. And I believe that, man, this whole Zondo Commission thing needs to be investigated. I think it needs to be investigated. The fact that these people knew that nothing is going to happen with the Zondo Commission, and them coming to us and telling us that 1 billion rand was spent on the Zondo Commission, man, we know how the comrades operate, man. If these people are comfortable with telling you that 1 billion rand was spent on the Zondo Commission, I think you, as an average South African man, it is fair for you to think that number is higher. I think the number is higher. This is one of the reasons why I honestly believe that Zondo Commission needs to be investigated, man. I believe that Zondo Commission is one of the scams that was run by the comrades, because people were actually led to believe that something was going to happen. The comrades were using the taxpayers' money, lying to the taxpayers, telling the people that, guys, we are now cleaning house. Right now, all of these people who are implicated in the Zondo Commission, these people are going to be dragged into court. These people are not going to work for the governments. These people actually lied to the people. They used people's money while lying to the people, man. And I think something needs to be investigated there. The comrades were laughing at us while we were happy that something was actually going to happen. You think about it, man. Do you think about how sick that is? The fact that these people, man, were sitting back somewhere laughing at Angelo Agrizi, man, exposing everyone, laughing. They had fun. That whole thing was nothing but a big joke, man. You see, when I see Zondo Commission, man, a Zondo Commission, in my eyes, it is one of the scams that was run by the comrades, man. Until today, people are not saying anything, man. I haven't heard anyone saying, guys, can we go back to the finance and actually check if only 1 billion rand was spent on that commission? I haven't heard anyone say that, guys. Can we go back to the books and check if only 1 billion rand was spent into the commission? Because I can tell you right now, I can guarantee you right now, if you can get the auditors, man, they will tell you that much more money was spent on the Zondo Commission. While the people were looking this way, thinking that, okay, this is what is going to happen, man, the comrades were eating this side. The comrades were eating this side. While we were focused on Angelo Agrizi and Bosasa, while we were focused on Eskom, Machela Koko, Brian Molefe, man, the comrades were eating this side. I believed that the comrades got some kickbacks from the Zondo Commission. Man, there's no way the comrades can deal with something as big as Zondo Commission. 1 billion rand, man, being comfortable telling South Africans that only 1 billion rand was spent on the Zondo Commission. I believe that much more money was spent. I believe that the comrades got the kickbacks from the whole thing. And the fact that they were lying to the people and used people's money, man, and lied to South Africans, telling South Africans that something is going to happen with this, after this commission, and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Right now, you see the Secretary General of the ANC going around and telling people that we are still strengthening the NPA. This is something that Ramaphosa said when he became the president, man. Ramaphosa, one of the first things that he said when he became the president, he said that we are going to strengthen the NPA. I am going to hire Shamila Batohi, and Shamila Batohi is going to make sure that the NPA is the most effective government institution into the country. Where is the NPA today? Fikile Mbalula today, 4 years after Ramaphosa's presidency, 4 years into his presidency, the Secretary General of the ANC tells you that, man, we don't have enough investigating capacities and we are still strengthening the NPA. That means that all of the people that were implicated into the Zondo Commission, man, they're scot-free. Do you think that the comrades didn't know that all of these people that are implicated into the Zondo Commission, nothing would happen to them? They knew that nothing was going to happen to them. So why did they continue using taxpayers' money, knowing very well that nothing is going to happen with these people that are implicated? Why do they continue using taxpayers' money? And you guys, are you honestly telling me that you believe that only 1 billion rand was spent on the Zondo Commission? Do you honestly believe that only 1 billion rand was spent on the Zondo Commission? Do you think that the comrades never got any kickbacks in any way? Do you honestly believe that? You honestly believe that? And the fact that people were lied to, man, the country was lied to. The country was lied to, man. Do you think that South Africans would have agreed if they knew that nothing was going to happen with the people that are implicated into the Zondo Commission? Do you think that South Africans were going to say, yeah, you can go on and spend that 1 billion rand, even though we know that you're going to do nothing? South Africans actually expected something. They expected something. But because we are a bad country filled with bad people, man, with short memories, we don't even sit back and question these things. We are okay. We are fine. Right now, we are going on as if comrades were not exposing each other live on national television. Right now, we are continuing with our lives as usual. We are paying for these things, but we are not questioning. We are not questioning these things, but we are paying for them. We are happy to pay for them. People were happy, man. People will say, like, spend as much money as you want. As long as we get rid of all of these corrupt guys, spend as much money as you want. And they did spend money. They did spend as much money as they want. They told you that they spent 1 billion rand. How sure are you it is only 1 billion rand? How sure are you? That whole thing was nothing but a big joke, man. These people were laughing at us. They were laughing. They were laughing. They had fun. While South Africans were actually led to believe that something is going to happen. They actually were laughing. This is how sinister these people are. It is not a coincidence that today in 2023, all of the people that were implicated in the Zondo Commission, they are still at home. They are still working for the government, man. Some are there with Ramaphosa in top 6. Some are there in the National Executive Committee. They are still there benefiting, man. Benefiting. They are being paid by the taxpayers. They are there. They were laughing at the people. They were laughing at us. They were laughing. And for us to think that only 1 billion rand was spent on the commission because the government told us, I think it is naive of us to think that only 1 billion rand was spent because these people told us only 1 billion rand was spent. I mean, like, guys, we question everything. Why don't we question these things? Why don't we question these things? I mean, like, what was the purpose of Zondo Commission? What was the motive? What was the purpose? What was the purpose of Zondo Commission? Because you can't tell me the purpose of Zondo Commission is to expose the corruption that was taking place into the country. After you have exposed the corruption, then what next? What next? People were actually lied to and actually made to believe that, okay, these people are going to be exposed into the Zondo Commission and these people are going to be dragged to the courts and most of these people are going to be thrown to jail because of what they have done. But nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. And I think as South Africans, man, we deserve this. Sometimes I sit and look at these things and I'm like, man, we deserve some of these things that happen into the country because it really shows what type of people we are. When you look at I watch the politics of the United States. I'm so fascinated with American politics. Man, those people, they know how to hold each other accountable. The American politicians, man, they know how to hold each other accountable. Man, you dare slip up, you dare make one mistake, man. If you are a Democrat, you dare make one mistake, man. The Republicans are going to make you pay for it. You are a Republican, you dare make one mistake, man. The Democrats are going to make sure that you pay for it. But this is South Africa, man. You have 20 million political parties in parliament, man. These people, there's not even a single political party that is spearheading all of these things that happened under Zondo Commission. There's not a single political party. All of these people, man, they're complacent. They're saying nothing. It's almost as if these opposition parties, they are paid to go there and say nothing to parliament. It's almost as if these people are paid to say nothing.
The Zondo Commission, it cost the South African government 1 billion rand.
I don't know the exact figure now. I didn't check the latest figures, but I accept that it's probably just under 1 billion rand.
He accepts that it is probably under 1 billion rands, but he didn't check the last figure. So he accepts something that he doesn't know. This is the guy that was heading the Zondo Commission. He is the head of Zondo Commission. He is not sure how much money was spent on his commission. He accepts that that money is less than 1 billion rand, but he also accepts that he hasn't checked the last figures. So he's there telling people that I accept it was less than 1 billion, but I haven't checked the last figures.
Or thereabout, about 1 billion rand that has been spent.
8 million pages came out of it. What exactly did they find from the Zondo Commission? One of the things that really stuck at the crux of the Zondo Commission.
So those people, they just wasted 8 million pages and that much ink, and the lawyers and the food, the venue, the security of these politicians, the security of Zondo, his team. These people were simply spending money for what? Knowing exactly. Guys, this is what I say. These people knew that nothing was going to happen after Zondo Commission, but they still continued to use the taxpayers' money and fooling people and actually making people believe that something was going to be done after the Zondo Commission. They knew that nothing is going to happen. They knew that they had no intention of actually enhancing the investigating capacities of the NPA. They knew about all of these things, but they still continue to pay. They gave South Africans entertainment because this is the kind of people that we are. This is what we are. This is like, you see the Zondo Commission, man. The Zondo Commission actually tells you about what South Africans are like, because South Africans, they look at politics and they see politics as entertainment. That's why South Africans are okay with politicians going to parliament instead of actually legislating something, instead of actually proposing things and debating issues that are actually going to help this country move forward. South Africans love it when they watch parliament and they see people throw chairs, they see people hurl insults, they see people fight in parliament. This is what they enjoy, because they look at politics and they see this as entertainment. They don't look at parliament as a house where all political parties come together and say, guys, all of us were voted in by South Africans. What are we going to do to improve the lives of these people that have voted us for us to be in this house? No, they are not doing that. They get there, the EFF is insulting the ANC. The ANC is telling the DA nonsense. The DA is telling that party nonsense. Guys, this is what is happening in parliament. This is exactly what happened with the Zondo Commission. People started watching Zondo Commission for the purpose of entertainment instead of actually saying, guys, these people are breaking down our country. They didn't watch Zondo Commission to actually learn about all of the mess that was taking place into the country. They watched the Zondo Commission for the purpose of entertainment. They loved watching people like Angelo Agrizi telling us about Nomvula Mkwenyane and Cyril Ramaphosa. They enjoyed that. They enjoyed watching Hlaudi Motsoeneng live on national television because Hlaudi Motsoeneng is charismatic. They enjoyed watching Jacob Zuma refusing to answer any question. Jacob Zuma went to the Zondo Commission, man, and the guy literally refused to answer any question there, and he was crying that, yeah, the Zondo is not being fair on me. Zondo is not treating me like other people, man. Despite the guy being a president, man, this guy was a president of the country, and he expects to be treated like someone who was just a minister or some government official. This guy was the whole head of state, and he expects to be treated with soft gloves. Jacob Zuma was crying on national television. each and every day going around telling people that Zondo is the worst person in the world, only for us to find out that Zondo and Jacob Zuma are busy having the team meetings, they are having fun. Zondo coming out and telling Cadre that, no, I'm a friend of Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma coming out and saying, no, we are not friends. Zondo is like, no, man, you know that we are having teas, we are meeting during the weekends. And I'm like, damn, these people are actually lying to South Africans. These people are actually deceiving South Africans, because South Africans actually believed that there was tension between Zondo and Jacob Zuma. They believed that there was a tension between Zondo and Jacob Zuma. Why? Because they were putting on a show live on national television for us to consume. South Africans were watching Zondo Commission as if they were watching some entertainment show. It was fun watching these people, man, exposing each other, telling us about, yeah, I took a bag of money and I would transport this money to a station, and someone would come and collect that money. We simply watched the Zondo Commission for the purpose of entertainment, instead of actually understanding this is what was happening with the country. It is our fault. It is our fault. You remember a few weeks back, Mike Sherman did that State of the Nation conference, and one of the things that he said is that South Africans are not outraged. It is our fault. The fact that we failed to be outraged, the fact that today we are still failing to be outraged, that 1 billion rand, we were told that 1 billion rand, but I know that much more was spent. We were told that 1 billion rand was spent on this commission, but nothing has happened, man. We are not outraged. We are still continuing with our lives. We're still continuing with our lives. These people were putting on a show, man. If you really think about it, man, these people were putting on a show. They knew that nothing was going to be done. They knew that they were lying to the people of South Africa, man. They know that much more was spent on Zondo Commission than that 1 billion rand they're going around telling people. How much money was Zondo paid in that whole 1 billion rand? We need to start getting to that. How much money were these people paid? We need to get a breakdown of that whole Zondo Commission thing. I can tell you, man, I can guarantee you, this is how the comrades operate. For people to actually think that Zondo Commission, only 1 billion rand was spent on the commission, man, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me.
Was these CEOs of SAA, Eskom, Transnet, of our state-owned enterprises, who hired them? And how come did so much corruption happen when they were CEOs at these enterprises? What the Zondo Commission found out was scary. They found out that within the ANC, there's a secret committee called the Cadre Deployment Committee.
The classic Cadre Deployment Committee. You see that committee that is giving us the incompetent ministers, man, the people who are only there to serve the interest of the African National Congress, the people who are there not to serve us. You look at the ministers that we have right now. The fact that people like Lindiwe Zulu, man, they're still the ministers right now in South Africa. The fact that we have these people, man, as ministers. Gonongwana, this guy is a finance minister, man. It is a shame. It is a shame. And these people, man, are given to us by the African National Congress. And if you think about it, if you look at this whole Cadre deployment thing, man, this is the reason why many people right now are joining the African National Congress. And this is the reason why Thabo Mbeki was going around crying, saying that people are joining the African National Congress, man, for the sole purpose of benefiting people. They know that if I'm a member of the African National Congress, if I'm a good standing member of the African National Congress, man, there's no way that I'm going to be hungry, man. These people are going to elect me to be something. It's either to be a MMC or to be one of these stupid positions, but you will get paid. The taxpayers are going to pay you. This is the reason why people are joining the African National Congress, man. You know, Thabo Mbeki is crying all over the country, man. He's crying all over the country, telling people that, man, the African National Congress, man, it's failing to renew itself. The African National Congress, man, failed to see these comrades that came into the party not to serve the people of South Africa, but to serve their own benefits. Right now, the party is too corrupt, man. There's no way the African National Congress can go back. This whole Cadre deployment thing, man, it is the life and soul of the African National Congress, man. Comrades know that within the African National Congress, you don't have to be qualified for anything. And you remember, this is how people were lied to. Ramaphosa, man, were lied to South Africans, man. Told the South Africans that, guys, I'm the new sheriff in town, man. I'm going to get people with experience. I'm going to get people who are qualified for these government positions, man. Today, you look at cabinet of Ramaphosa, you look at cabinet of Jacob Zuma, man. They're the same. They're the same. Because at the end of the day, they are serving this Cadre Deployment Committee. They are serving the African National Congress. They are not serving the people of South Africa. They are not serving the government of South Africa. They are serving the African National Congress. They are serving the ANC. It is not about us.
Of which the current sitting president, Cyril Ramaphosa, was chairperson of that committee. When they asked to see notes, to say, can we see the notes of the meetings of the Cadre Deployment Committee? They were told that the notes do not exist.
And speaking about the notes and not existing, guys, what happened with the case of the Democratic Alliance dragging the ANC to court to release the Cadre deployment records, man? You remember there was a time where the DA was running around, running after the ANC, saying that the ANC must release the Cadre deployment records, man. I remember the ANC has already lost like 2 court cases. What happened with that story of the DA, guys? Please, if you have a link of that story, please share the link with that story on the comment section, man. What happened with that case? I remember the ANC has already lost a couple of cases, man. The courts have already told the ANC that, guys, you cannot come and employ people to work for the people of South Africa, for the people of South Africa not to know and to understand how you people hired that person, man. The DA was running heavily after the ANC, man. What happened with that story?
That's how scary this is. That the notes that determine who runs billions of rand that our state-owned enterprises control do not exist. They are basically saying that the debt that Eskom has, 440 billion rand that Eskom owes, that you and I as taxpayers and future taxpayers will have to pay off. They are telling us that the person who leads this institution, the notes that determine who goes there, they don't have them. They don't have them. It's all a game to them.
Of course, it's all a game to these people, man. I remember a few months back, I said that, guys, a political party that is going to take over after the African National Congress, whether it's 2024, whether it's 2029, or whether it's 2030 or whatever, the political party that is going to take over after the African National Congress, man, the first thing that these people, again, needs to focus on is to make sure that you hold the ANC cadres accountable, man. These people need to be held accountable, man. These people have done so much corruption into this country, man. These people have broken down the country so much that is going to take us, I think, 50, 20 years for us to fix the country, man. How many years do you think it's going to take for us to fix our country, to fix the state-owned entities, to fix the infrastructure, to get the education system in the right direction, to get the health system in the right direction? How many years do you think it's going to take South Africa to fix all of that? Man, if I was a leader of any political party, man, this is exactly what I would tell the people, that, guys, if you put me in union buildings, man, the first 5 years I'm going after the ANC comrades. We have their files, we have their records. These people are not even sophisticated, so it is not easy. It is not going to be hard for us to actually track what these people were doing. ANC comrades are not sophisticated. South African politicians as a whole are not sophisticated, so it is not going to be hard for us to actually find out what these people were doing and hold these people accountable for what they have done to the country. These people, they do not deserve to sit at home and enjoy their ill-gotten pensions. They do not deserve that. They don't deserve that, man. You see the treatment that Jacob Zuma got, man. The treatment that Jacob Zuma got, man. All of these people, they deserve that sort of treatment. We need to start taking these people, man. These people need to start being thrown to jail. There's no way.
They sit down with the mafia state and the deep state, and they select people who are willing to go against the country, and they give them big positions, puppets. And behind the scenes, they drain our country of funds. They drain our country of resources. They drain of our country of its potential.
And these are the same comrades that were talking about treason when that whole random manipulation scandal broke out. They were talking about, yeah, this is treason from the private sector, man. The private sector has committed treason. Man, you think about what these people have done to the country, man, and you tell me that it's not treason. They are quick to say that what the private sector has done is treason because it is easy to deflect. It's to say, nah, we are the politicians, we are good. You can see what the private sector has done. These people, men, have committed treason. But so do South Africans actually sit back and think about what the comrades are doing and what the comrades have done? Man, this is treason at its highest order. Look on your screen, man. The fact that majority of people into the country, they are living into the communities that looks exactly like this one, the one that you see on your screen. What you see on your screen, man, it is the reality of the majority of the people into the country. And you want to tell me that is not treason? That is treason, guys. These people, man, are committing treason each and every year. They are doing everything in their power to go against the country. Unless now we don't understand the meaning of treason.
All in the name of cadre deployment. Many people used to think that this is discussed in a meeting where there's notes taken, where people know what's going on. No. It's discussed in deep wine cellars where they do wicked activities and they plan who should run the country, in what way, and in what direction these people should go. These meetings hold where they all are together part of cults that they believe, and they induct these people and get them involved in these things so these people can run these state-owned enterprises in the way that aligns with their cult. We need to wake up and notice that what the Zondo Commission revealed to us is that things are not as they seem. It is not the ANC that you see out there that actually runs the ANC. There's a deeper play here. There's a deeper play here where people sit down behind closed doors and decide who should be where for what reasons and how we will actually loot and take away from the state. This is the Cadre Deployment Committee. And Cyril Ramaphosa was the chair of this committee. And yet he said there was no notes taken in those meetings.
But I believe that the notes are there, man. I believe the notes are there. There's no way. I believe the notes are there, but they don't want to release the notes because I think they know that the notes, man, are insane. The notes are there. I honestly believe that the notes are there. They are there, the notes. But the people that have been deployed to certain positions, man, you look at these people, you look at their records, you look at their qualification, and the fact that these people are not qualified to do nothing. I think that like they think about these things and be like, man, if we release these notes, it is over for us. If we release these notes, it is over for us. If these people can actually understand and read how we got to this conclusion of actually hiring Machela Koko as ESCOM, as hiring Brian Molefe as, if these people can actually read about all of these things, man, we are toast. The notes are there. The notes are there, but they know they are ridiculous to read.
Apparently it's all in court, where the court is trying to get them to actually disclose the details of who are the members of this committee. Even ANC members themselves don't even know who the members of this Cadre Deployment Committee is.
They know. They know. They know. They know exactly who those members are. They know.
No one knows. The only thing we know is that Cyril Ramaphosa is the chairperson of this Cadre Deployment Committee. The people who you vote for, the party who you vote for, they don't even know who decides where people should go. Only a select few members of a cult, they know where these people should go. I do these videos risking my life to tell you the truth, so that every single South African can stand up and realize that our country is under siege, that we are currently under a wicked government that is willing to do things behind the people's back, and that the people who we voted for are no longer listening to us, but listening to this cult that's running them. It becomes important for you and I to take this seriously and arise. It becomes important for us to group ourselves together and stand up and say power belongs to the people, not to the cult.
You know what I love about these political parties, man, is that I know, okay, it's fine, the Cadre Deployment, the Cadre Deployment Committee, man, that is worse. Like the fact that people are being deployed maybe for merely being the members of the African National Congress and not having the qualifications and what. I think the other thing is that like people are so worried about these opposition parties, like, man, you guys are gonna get in government and you're gonna do the exact same thing that the African National Congress has done. And the opposition parties haven't really gotten an answer to that. Because people are going to be like, yeah, man, once you are in government, man, once you start seeing the kind of money that you are dealing with, once you start seeing the benefits of all of these contracts that you are going to sign with the private entities, with all of these people from all over the world, you are going to do what the African National Congress is doing. And opposition parties, man, I'm sorry to say, but they haven't convinced the people of South Africa that they are different from the ANC, or they can do something different from the ANC. I think it's going to take more than talking. Because right now, the only thing that these people are doing is talking that, no, guys, cadre deployment policy is bad, cadre deployment policy is bad. But how do we know? How do we know that if the DA starts running the country, man, starts running the finance of the country, man, they're going to be like, no, man, we cannot allow other political party to come. The ANC had their own 30 years. Like, we also deserve our own 30 years, man. We need to, this is what people always talk about, that, man, we don't know. I think this is one of the reasons why people are so hesitant in order to vote for opposition parties. It's like, man, the ANC has shown us that, man, power corrupts. Union building corrupts, man. It doesn't matter who gets into that house. You're going to get corrupted. You're going to get corrupted. It is not the matter of a political party. It is the matter of that house. That house corrupts. Once you start seeing the kind of money that you are dealing with, the benefits, and all of these things, man, you're going to say, like, man, this is the reason why ANC fought tooth and nail to stay in power. To stay in power. You're going to start signing the deals, man, that are going to require you to be there after 5 years, after 10 years, so that this deal can be concluded or something. Of course, man, other political parties are going to do everything in their power to stay in power. So, and this is exactly what South Africans fear, man. South Africans, man, I know that South Africans, majority of South Africans, they don't have proper education, man, but they understand this whole thing correctly, that we know that the ANC is bad, but we don't know that if we put you, and the fact that the country is already on the best state, we don't know if you are good, you have what it takes to actually fix the country. This is what people are telling the opposition party. People are telling the opposition party that, guys, of course, we understand, we can hear what you are saying. But the question is that we don't know if you guys are not going to do some of those things. So I think it's going to do more than talking. So the opposition parties will actually have to find out what is it exactly that we can do to convince the people of South Africa that we are not going to do things like the ANC. Because only telling them, it is not going to convince them. Only telling the people of South Africa that we are not going to do things like the ANC, it is not going to convince the people of South Africa. I can tell you today, it is not. It is not. People, they require action. And unfortunately, man, this is something that opposition parties really need to figure out. How are we actually going to show the people of South Africa that we are different from the ANC? How are we going to show them that we are going to govern different from the African National Congress? I think this is something that the DA is dealing with, the EFF is dealing with, and the other political parties. This is one issue, again, they are dealing with, because they tell the people that, guys, we can govern better. People are telling you that all political parties are the same. So what is it exactly that opposition parties are going to say or do to show the people of South Africa that we are different from the ANC? Because the ANC has damaged the country so much that whenever you say politics, whenever you say government, people, the first thing that comes to their minds is the African National Congress. So if you say that, nah, guys, you need to stop voting for the ANC, you need to start voting for us, people are going to tell you that all political parties are the same. And opposition parties, they don't have an answer to this. They can't tell other people how are they different from the ANC, besides saying that, no, we are not going to do things like the ANC, we are not going to be corrupt like the ANC. Man, the people do not believe that. I think the people, for some reason, man, they require some sort of action to say, okay, we have done this, we can show you, yeah, we have done this, this is what we have done to show you that we are different from the ANC. I think telling people of South Africa that we are different from the ANC, it is not going to cut it. We are going into 2024, guys, in a couple of days. We will be in 2024. That is the World Cup of politics in South Africa. We are going into 2024. That is the elections. Do you think that opposition parties have actually done enough to take the fight from the African National Congress? Do you think that the ANC is going to lose the election in 2024? Guys, please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.